Captain, it's good to see you.
You too.
We may be tracking down the Uber Eats of violent crime in this week's Law & Order SVU organized crime crossover, but man, oh man, is my little Bensler heart tingling. And Rollins is back.
I'm intrigued.
What a crossover, and it only continues next week in dual season finales, so let's get into it. SVU's Bad Things and Organized Crime's Shadow Work. Ooh. I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call. Okay, before we get into the actual law and order of Law & Order, there's a huge Elliot and Olivia conversation that needs to take place. I mean, last time they were together, they almost kissed, and then both Olivia and the audience almost passed out. Kicking off the crossover at the end of Bad Things, Benson calls Stabler to beat her in this covert, maybe romantic location? I don't know, these two aren't exactly the best at romance. And then we confront the elephant in the room.
You know, the last time we saw each other, that was a bad time for me.
Worst timing for me.
The two agree that the almost kiss almost happened because Elliot wanted her to feel safe in the aftermath of her trauma.
Just not the right moment.
But okay, right? This implies there is a right moment. Ugh. Well, be still my beating heart, but we have to get down to business because Benson's pretty sure that the guy Stabler's investigating for murder also assaulted her victim. And just like that, we're getting the band back together.
Okay, partner.
But for real, because Rollins is getting in the mix too, in a minute. As Stabler brings Benson up to date on the HOA lady's death, he does let slip that he hallucinated Kathy in the interrogation room last episode, which led to another exchange that is just why we love these two together.
I'm not a victim.
But you are a survivor. And sometimes that's just as hard.
Stabler couldn't be more ready to turn the conversation back to murder though, and soon the team discovers that both Benson and Stabler's victims were targeted by people hired off a shadowy crime-for-pay website called Shadow Work, and it's global, baby. But who would create such a site? It's time to bring in the expert. Enter Rollins, who is super pregnant and admittedly a little bored at her new gig.
I love the students, but I do miss the feeling of solving a good mystery.
Rollins is able to provide a profile on the guy who might have made the site, and we're off running. FBI agent McCrary helps the team get an electronic surveillance warrant, and then the federal judge who's granted the warrant shows up on Shadow Work. Someone's putting a hit on her. While the team rushes to try and save her, she's shot in her car before they can. Things are escalating, and Stabler tells Benson they need to bring in some help to solve the case. Enter Rollins again. And that's where we leave off before next week's crossover finales. I am super excited. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode in the comments, like and subscribe while you're there, and head over to popculture.com for the latest in entertainment news. Until next time, I'm Anna Rumor, and this is Pop Culture Social Call.